Hello, I am Divya from Monash University. This is an oral report on Is punishment an effective behavior modification strategy in children? I will be discussing on the article More Harm Than Good, a summary of scientific research on the intended and unintended effects of corporal punishment on children by Elizabeth T. Gershoff. This research was done in 2010. From the article, Elizabeth says that roughly 50% of the parents of toddlers and 65 to 68% of the parents uses corporal punishment as a regular method of disciplining their children. This experiment is to see if corporal punishment brings negative outcomes on children. The aim of this experiment is to prove that corporal punishment leads to mental and physical damage. The hypothesis is parents who uses corporal punishment, they do so to modify their bad behavior. It also brings the negative side effects even when parents think it is beneficial. People from the United States were involved in the experiment, such as teachers, principals, and policymakers were involved in this experiment. It also shows that parents with their younger children spank them more. The article also states that parents have short and long-term goal when they use corporal punishment to change their children's behavior. The stopping of the unacceptable behavior is the short-term goal, whereas the long-term goal is when their children keep repeating their undesirable behavior. This is an experiment from this article. Teenagers also receive corporal punishment, which leads them to being disobedient after a certain period of time. Study shows that corporal punishment is effective on children who are in the age of 19 months old to the age of 7 years old. One of the main situations in which parents resort to corporal punishment is when their children have engaged in aggression, such as hitting another child, or antisocial behavior such as lying or stealing. Parents use corporal punishment to convey their strong disapproval of children's aggressive and antisocial behavior, but they do so ignoring that corporal punishment is more likely to increase rather than decrease these behaviors. The question raised, how does physical punishments affect students? It states that there are physical punishment and also discipline punishment. Physical punishment is the pain that is controlling the behavior of the children. Whereas discipline punishment is the understanding of attitudes, emotions, moral values, and physical development. The long-term negative effects are anger management, antisocial behavior, and also bullying. Children who experience corporal punishment are more likely to have more aggressive behaviors, and they tend to do the same to others so that they can feel what they feel. This is the definition for social learning theory. Students' cognitive growth will be affected by physical punishments. Thus, it will also affect the quality of relationships in the family, emotionally and mentally. Children will have trust issues. They will find it hard to open up and tell their problems. They feel that keeping it to themselves will be better as they find it wrong telling to their parents. If they hide their feelings for a long period of time, thus this will cause depression, paranoia, anxiety, and it can also lead to death. There were methodological issues such as choosing the participants for the experiment. The researcher had to choose appropriate participants to be punished for the sake of science or any other purpose. Other problems that were faced were the reports from the parents and children. No parents in the world will create an issue and tell everyone to punish their children. As for the children don't like to be punished. How more in public? In conclusion, punishment can cause them to be looked down, and this will lead to crime and also danger to oneself. Although it is embedded in our culture, I believe that punishment in the form of any violence is not an effective behavior modification strategy for children.